From Verstappen fans targeting Russell's team, to Villeneuve dismissing Hamilton's GOAT status, and Norris vowing a more aggressive approach against Max, this is your F1 News Update. Carlos Sainz has expressed confidence that Lewis Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari will boost the team's championship prospects in 2025. When I left Ferrari, I did feel the team and Charles were ready to fight for a world championship, and with Lewis joining, that chance is only going to increase. When I judge by results and his background and what he's achieved, I can only say there's a very high chance that obviously he's going to be competitive in Ferrari, he notes. However, he emphasises that success depends heavily on adaptation. Sainz's comments reveal his deep understanding of Ferrari's potential, having worked closely with Charles Leclerc and the team. He admits to never having been Hamilton's teammate, acknowledging the limitations of his perspective. "I've never seen his data." Yet his overall assessment remains positive, suggesting that Ferrari's championship aspirations have only strengthened with Hamilton's signing. What do you think about Sainz's assessment? Will Hamilton's experience be the final piece Ferrari needs to secure a championship? McLaren team principal Andrea Stella has confirmed minor adjustments to the MCL39's front wing will be needed to comply with the FIA's updated flexi-wing regulations, while emphasising this modification poses no significant challenge to the team's development plans. Addressing the FIA's revised technical directive, which tightens deflection limits for both front and rear wings. No headache at all. We don't have to make many adjustments at all for the start of the season. The team has until the Spanish Grand Prix, race 9 of the season, to implement the required changes. The regulation adjustment reduces allowed front wing flexibility from 15mm to 10mm, but Stella's focus remains firmly fixed on overall performance gains. I know it's become a big talking point, but in terms of what makes us busy and what gives us headaches, actually there are completely different topics which have much more to do with gaining those tenths of a second, he explained. Following the MCL39 surprise shakedown at Silverstone, which featured a front wing similar to its predecessor, Stella took the opportunity to acknowledge his team's dedication. "I don't want to look disrespectful to all the men and women at McLaren who work so hard and competently to actually make a faster car off what was already a very fast car in 2024. What's your take on McLaren's confident approach to the new regulations? Do you think these changes will impact their performance in 2025? George Russell has revealed the far-reaching impact of his late-season confrontation with Max Verstappen, as Mercedes team members received direct criticism from Dutch fans. The British driver's comments shed light on the intense aftermath of their heated dispute during the closing stages of the 2024 season. Mercedes personnel faced an influx of emails from Verstappen supporters, though Russell himself remained insulated from the direct criticism. "I've got to be honest, I didn't see any of it myself, but I do know there was a lot of criticism out there," Russell acknowledged. "I know members of my team were receiving emails from Dutch fans, but I think that's a part of sport and life, really. Isn't it? That's something we accept." The 26-year-old driver maintains a deliberate distance from public commentary, explaining that he avoids reading both positive and negative feedback. Russell believes this approach helps maintain his focus, noting that even positive messages don't enhance his on-track performance. Addressing the root of the controversy, Russell stood firm on his assessment of Verstappen's driving style, highlighting Lewis Hamilton's 2021 championship battle as the only genuine challenge to the Dutch driver's aggressive approach. "I'm not going to accept being pushed around and disrespected in that regard so openly and publicly," Russell asserted, reflecting on his decision to speak out. The Qatar incident proved to be a tipping point for Russell, who expressed frustration at how the season unfolded at the front of the grid. He criticised what he perceived as Verstappen's bullying tactics, stating that something needed to be done about both the on-track behaviour and off-track comments. What's your take on driver rivalries in F1? Do they enhance the sport or create unnecessary tension? Share your thoughts below. Lando Norris has thrown down the gauntlet to Max Verstappen, declaring his intention to race more aggressively against the dominant Red Bull driver in their championship battle. Following his impressive 2024 campaign, With 4 wins and 8 pole positions, the McLaren star is ready to show a tougher side on track. I'm going to take out my elbows and show him that I won't easily give up position. You need intelligence. Looking back at certain moves I made, I think, what the hell did I do? What an idiot. But I don't need to fixate on proving something or taking unnecessary risks. Coming off a strong second place in the 2024 championship, Norris recognises that beating Verstappen requires more than just aggression. Let's talk about one of the best ever. He's fast and aggressive. The easiest way to beat him is simply being faster and staying ahead. You need to position the car well and think long term. With McLaren's MCL39 showing promising pace, Norris enters the season as one of the prime championship contenders, alongside Ferrari and Red Bull. His evolved approach to wheel-to-wheel racing could prove crucial in mounting a serious title challenge against the reigning champion. What's your take? Is Norris right that he needs to be more aggressive against Verstappen, or should he stick to a more calculated approach? Share your thoughts below. Jacques Villeneuve delivers a decisive verdict on Lewis Hamilton's place in Formula One history, asserting that even an 8th world championship with Ferrari wouldn't cement Hamilton's status as the greatest of all time. The former world champion emphasises the impossibility of making fair comparisons across F1's different eras. There's never the greatest of all time. There's too much evolution with the cars, it's too different, Villeneuve states, highlighting the dramatic technological changes throughout F1's history. He draws attention to the remarkable achievements of past champions who faced drastically different challenges. The Canadian champion particularly commends Jackie Stewart's accomplishments, noting how the 3-time world champion triumphed in an era marked by significant danger. He won 3 championships in the day where 2, 3 or 5 drivers would die a year or get really hurt, and with cars that would break down in half of the races. Villeneuve suggests these 3 titles might carry more weight than modern championships. Modern F1's expanded calendar and revised point system further complicate historical comparisons. With today's 24-race calendar and 25 points awarded for a win, Villeneuve argues that statistics have become skewed compared to previous eras when seasons were shorter and points allocations different. You can't compare eras, he concludes, effectively challenging the very concept of a definitive GOAT in Formula One. What's your take on this debate? Can drivers from different eras truly be compared, or should each champion be celebrated within the context of their time? Share your thoughts below. That's all from this news update. Did Verstappen's fans take things too far with Russell's team? Do you agree with Villeneuve that Hamilton can never be the greatest driver of all time? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your next F1 update.